Hey, my name's Katy and I'm a full-time artist, and this is what a working day looks like for me. So I usually start off my day between 9 and 10 o'clock, depending on how I was feeling, if I've gone to the gym in the morning or if I'm planning on going in the afternoon. I then get out my productivity planner from Papier. This is actually the second one of these planners I've had this year. I just really love the format of them. I like the fact that you've got a schedule, most important, to-do list and a notes section as well on each page. I like to just write down all of the things I need to accomplish within the day. I find this actually really therapeutic and I love the feeling of ticking things off my list. Usually I have some things that are always on my list, which is like replying to emails, uploading social media content, and also just general admin jobs as well. And then throughout the day, I'll check back in and see if I've completed the jobs and if I can add any more to the list. Before I actually start working my way through the list, I like to just spend about 45 minutes to an hour working on an illustration just for fun. So I'm just showing you here a couple of the illustrations that I've done this week so far. Now, I went to Athens a couple of months ago and I was really influenced by the Greek mythology, and I really just love the shape of the traditional Greek vases. I think they're really cool. So I wanted to carry on with that theme for this week. I probably change up the theme every week or so when I get a little bit bored or I just fancy a change and doing something a little bit different. And these illustrations are normally quite different to my standard travel prints. I just like doing them because I find that I actually just get to create for fun, and it's always something that I really look forward to every morning, to just have that time to just create. And I'm not doing it to post on any social media sites. I'm not doing it for an art print or anything. I'm literally just doing it for fun. And I think that's really important, to allow ourselves that time. Here is my little quick drawing piece. I don't love it and I don't hate it. I'm sort of sitting in the middle. I kind of like aspects of it, but not everything. But I think that's kind of normal as an artist, to not love everything that you do. And this is why I'm finding this like short burst of an hour, up to an hour drawing is actually really helping me, because it's making me draw things that I wouldn't usually draw. It's making me try out different things and see what I like. And it's also helping me develop my skills. So if I can encourage you to have one part of your day, have an hour where you are just being creative, to just enjoy being creative and finding new styles and things that you love. And I think that's really helping me and developing me and helping me actually see things differently. And also, like, when I get up in the morning, I know I'm gonna have that hour every morning where I get to just create for an hour, and I love it. It's like it's what I look forward to and what gets me into a rhythm of working. I feel satisfied once I've done it, and I don't really mind then taking on any other jobs as well. It's around about 11 a.m. now, and it's time for me to actually get started on making my way through my to-do list. Now, the first thing on my to-do list is always replying to any emails or messages that I've received. I find that this really helps me feel on track and helps me actually feel really organised as well, and up to date with everything in regards to my business. I also find that answering emails or questions in a quick way really helps customers feel really valued, and yeah, it just gives them a really good customer service. Every couple of days or so, I like to schedule some time to just reply to social media comments. And I've decided today to sort of reply to my Instagram comments on my most recent posts. Now, I like to do this as I find it's a lot easier to manage than replying to someone straight away. I love connecting with my community, and I find it easier doing it in this more relaxed way instead of replying to a comment every time I receive one. As when I'm working, I actually do like to have time off social media and really not go on it a lot at all throughout my working day. So scheduling this time to just reply to each of the comments I find really relaxing, and I actually really enjoy replying to them all at once because yeah, it just makes me feel a lot more connected to my community and followers.
So now I've finished all that, it's time to do a little bit of work, which I see as like being like product development work or creating products. So basically, I'll get the picture up first. I designed this stamp ages ago, and I posted it on my Instagram, and you guys seem to really love it. So my thought process is I think it's going to make an amazing enamel pin. So what I need to do is just simplify the design so it is ready for the people, obviously, to make into a pin. I think I'm gonna have to simplify it quite a lot. I think I might have to lose like one of the balloons and stuff and all that kind of stuff, reduce the colours, but I still want it to be representing this stamp because I just love it. I think it's so cute and I think it's going to make the perfect pin. So I'm going to get on with doing that now and hopefully we get it done before lunchtime. So it's about 10 minutes past 1 and I have managed to finish doing this. So this is the stamp design that I'm going to send over to the manufacturers, and then I'll just show you guys the original illustration. So as you can see, like I've really sort of changed it up and really made it a lot more simple. Like I've got rid of the London Eye because I think that bit would be way too confusing for the piece. And what I always like to do is I've got this pin banner up here and I've got a few of my own pins and then some other people's pins on here, but I've taken a lot of inspiration from this New York one just because I think I'm gonna get the design done flat, because I got this one done recently in Bristol with the balloons, but I wasn't that happy with the sort of embossed feeling. I much preferred the flat. So I think what I'm going to do is send off for a flat version, but as you can see, like the Paris one, there isn't loads of detail. I think that one's probably my Amsterdam one up there is quite detailed, but this one's probably quite detailed. So I've been referencing the New York one a lot when designing it. So now it's lunchtime. Woo! What are you doing? Dee, what you got? What you got there? What you got? As you can see, I am on my last black coffee of the day now after lunchtime, and it's time for me to actually get started on creating a new destination print. So I have actually already sketched out this one. This is of Athens, and I actually did this earlier on in the week because I knew that today and tomorrow I want to spend doing a lot of the illustration for this piece. Now, at the moment, I'm really focusing on what illustrations destination wise are going to be going in my 2023 calendar, and this is going to be one of them. So it's time for me to get started. When I start an art piece like this one, and especially when it's really detailed, I really find it a really good method to actually map out the colours and where I want them. So that's what I'm going to do first of all with this art piece, is just map out all the colours, what colours I want where. And usually what I do is I look at a lot of reference photos of the place that I'm illustrating, and I sort of go off the kind of colours that are within that city, because I want the art piece to demonstrate the city and the place that it's from, but
using my own colour palette as well, just mixing in what colours I think would work best for which areas. Now, I have got a massive tendency of if I don't do this, I end up using probably too many colours, and that can actually sometimes really spoil an art piece, because I think it makes it harder for someone to actually look at and see what's going on. I think if you have a limited colour palette and in an art piece, it actually helps the audience see what you've actually illustrated better, because their eyes can rest a little bit more on the art piece itself. That's something that I've actually only recently learned through just developing my process, is actually having less colours is actually more beneficial than having loads and loads of colours, because I definitely had a tendency of adding loads of colours to art pieces, and then I kind of didn't understand why people maybe struggled to see it or struggled to know what the location was. And I think I came to terms with the fact that actually maybe it was the colours that were throwing people off, and having too many colours can really affect that. I also, because this print is going to be going into my 2023 calendar, I want all of the colours to sort of go with each illustration that goes in that calendar. So I am using like the same greens that I've used in other prints that I've done, and I'm also using some of the similar colours as well. I do like to mix up my colours, and I don't like using exactly the same colour palette on every single print, but I do like them to all be able to sit next to each other if somebody decides to put them on the walls or something. So now that part is now done. I can now move on to actually doing the illustrating part, which I actually find is my most favourite part, is adding all of the colour. Especially for some reason, I don't know why at the moment, I'm really loving drawing greenery and drawing plants. I think it's because I'm trying to be a little bit less realistic when it comes to those aspects of my illustrations. I want it to be a little bit more fluid, a little bit more natural. And I was finding as well, in some of my older illustrations, I was actually maybe going a little bit too into detail with the greenery and not having that artistic flair or fun, which I actually really did miss. So I'm really enjoying the process of being a little bit more chilled and more relaxed with that kind of stuff. But as you can now see, this is how far I've got with the actual illustration. So in all fairness, for I think about 3 hours worth of work on it, I think I've actually done pretty well, and I've got quite a bit done. But I do find that now I probably need to have a little bit of a break from it and then come back with fresh eyes on another day. I usually do this with these bigger pieces. I hate doing them all in one day because I find that I end up not liking it. It's about 5:20 right now, and I kind of want to aim to finish about 6:30. So the last job that I really need to sort out today is just printing off all of my orders from my Etsy and website and just getting them all ready to pack tomorrow morning. So that's what I'm going to go and do. And I like keeping these kinds of jobs for towards the end of the day, because I find in the afternoon, after I've had my lunch and everything, I feel like quite energetic. So I like doing something creative then, and then after that I like to do something a little bit more chilled, a little bit more relaxed, and something that takes a little bit less brain power. Then I can sort of just get the job done, and then it kind of helps to wind me down as well, because I think a lot of artists, I've not really heard many artists say this, but being creative is actually quite exhausting, and you've got to really be protective of your energy and what you're putting into your work, and you need to sort of realize when it's a good time to just stop and slow down and just relax for the rest of the day, and maybe do some jobs that are a bit more simple tasks. So that is what we're going to get on with now. It's about 6:30 now, and that is me done for today. I've now finished all of my jobs that I wanted to do, and I'm just coming on to round off this video to just say a massive thank you to anyone that got to the end of the video. It means so much to me, and if you could just like, comment and subscribe on this video, it really helps me out and just lets me know that you're enjoying this kind of content. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!